All right, everyone. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. A little sleepy. I've got 4 hours. Um, yeah. Paused on 17. Ooh, QAnon. Today's July 24th, 2024. 24. I don't know what those numbers mean numerologically. Trump got shot in the ear on July 13th. Friday the 13th has significance. 13 has significance. I need to do some numerological episodes. I want to do one on 17, one on 11/11, one on the number 13. Maybe I'll just do like a numerology episode and just knock it all out. But yeah, I'm a little tired today. Little achy. Just been having some kidney problems, been pissing dark, and my back hurts. So I think I haven't really been drinking enough water. I drink about 2 bottles of water a day. So I think that's pretty good, but obviously it's not enough. Last episode we covered is Joe Biden dead. So, while I came to work, before that, I do like to give a little update, just little personal stories on what's going on in my life. Dude, so yesterday before I came into work, sorry, coworker. Yesterday before I came into work, my mom was fixing pizza, mother-in-law, and she's like, hey, I said, oh, that looks good. She said, hey, you want a slice? I said, no. I said, I'm going to go to work and run some errands and do a podcast and eat and stuff. But because I don't know about you all, but I can't eat when I first get up. I like to drink like 2 or 3 cups of coffee and then eat. And then I was like, I'll eat one later, maybe tomorrow morning, because I work third shift. She said, okay. And she eats 2 slices. I get home from work, and the pizza has just been sitting there all night, and is covered in ants. And I don't know, growing up in a house full of people, I grew up in a family of 6, and I was just raised correctly to where you don't waste food. And she has food stamps, so I'm sure in her mind, she's like, oh, it's free food, why does it matter? And she is honestly very nihilistic, because she has horrible depression and mental issues and stuff. And I can get like that sometimes, but not with food. That is one of my pet peeves, man, is wasting food. Especially like an entire pizza, man. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, like, I'm usually pretty hungry when I get off work. And I was looking forward to a slice of that pizza. And I don't know, man. I called my wife up. I'm like, do you have 5 minutes to vent? Because I'm like, it's your mom. I can't go in there and go, hey, what the fuck? And go off on her. And I knew I shouldn't do that. But I didn't clean it up either. I just let it sit all day. And then finally she cleaned it up. And I asked my wife, did you clean it up? She said, nope. I said, good. Neither did I. But we have an ant problem at the house in the trailer we're living in. They're sugar ants, thank God, not red ones. And we came from an apartment, me and my wife, we came from an apartment that had a roach infestation, and it wasn't due to us. It was because we had disgusting neighbors, and the walls are connected, and they were crawling over to our house. Like, we're not nasty people, man. But so that's what's going on in my personal life. Anyways, last episode we covered, is Joe Biden dead? Because that's been a kind of like a right-wing conspiracy. And while I came here and was eating my lunch, NPC show popped up. And shout out to him. I watch him a decent amount when I can. He's a kind of a conspiracy guy, political guy. He's a Republican Asian. He's pretty cool though. So go check him out. Tell him who sent you. Tell him I gave him a shout out. Helps my channel, helps his. It was a live stream of Joe Biden talking to the people. Now, we can dive deep and go into argue semantics. Was it actually him? Was it a clone? I don't know. Was it a body double? I don't know. People were commenting about his hair. Apparently his hair looks thicker and stuff. Could be a toupee. Could be a hairpiece. He honestly, I know for a fact, looking at older videos of him, if he's not wearing a toupee, he at least got hair transplants. And Joe Rogan can tell you, because Joe Rogan's bald now, but Joe Rogan he got hair transplants when transplants first came out. And back in the day, they were horrible. I think he got his like done in the 90s or early 2000s. But they've actually gotten super good at hair transplants. What's his name? A content creator. He's a blue pill guy, but I watch him for fun when I'm just wanting to chill and blue pill and laugh. Cinnamon Toast Ken, he actually just got transplants. If I was rich enough, I would do it, because this side ain't too bad, and I cover it up anyways with my devil lock. But I wouldn't mind getting this side done. They take it from the back and put it into the front, and then once they let you have to leave your hair the way it is. Then they take it from the back, transplant it to the front, and then you have to shave it. Which I look good as a skinhead anyways. For a very short period in my life when I was in high school, I was a sharp, which is skinheads against racial prejudice. It's basically like white pride, but you're not racist. But you still are young and angsty and support, like jobs for white people and being proud of being white, and you want to fight people. It's crazy. It's skinheads without all the Nazism. Which I think pure skinheads, when it first started, wasn't tied into Nazism until the 90s. This crazy train is derailing. People were also saying that it's a possibility that it could have been a deep fake. I don't know. I came up with the idea, and no one else seemed to be mentioning it in the live chat, but CIA mask. There's a famous story, and maybe we'll cover it as an episode one day, but long story short, I believe it was George Bush Sr. or Jr., one of the George Bushes. Was it Gog and Magog were their skull and bones names? The director of the CIA, I think it was a woman at the time, came in wearing a mask, and he had sat there and was talking to her and everything, and she slipped past Secret Service, slipped past everyone, and he didn't even notice that he was talking to the director of the CIA. And then in the middle of the interview or conversation, she just pulls it off like the movie MI2, Speaking of MI2, do they have the technology for voice changers? Do you guys remember they would put this little patch on their neck? They had the amazing CIA mask which obviously is revelation of the method and all that jazz, telling us what they have. But they had this little voice changer thing. It was like a little piece of tape. It doesn't have to be that good, but do they have the capability of voice changers to where I could put one on without it being super obvious and I could just change my voice? Or would you just have to, as a CIA agent, take classes and learn how to, I guess the art would be mimicry? What do they call it? Impersonations. So maybe impersonation classes. I don't know. Let's see. There was a conspiracy that Joe Biden had a stroke, that he possibly did not actually die, that he just had a stroke. And this is, I listened to the whole speech. It was only like 10 minutes long. So first of all, it was very short, because they know that they can only give him so much cocaine, adrenochrome, methamphetamine to keep him running for a short burst, because he's a dead vehicle. He wasn't slurring. He was pretty coherent. He barely blinked, so he might have been like super sped up. So I don't really know if he had a stroke. I don't think so. And if he did, that's quick recovery. Usually that shit takes like weeks, I would think. I don't know about a mini stroke though. How long does it take you to recover from a mini stroke? And yeah, is it pretty noticeable? I don't know. Yeah, I do have to say, just critiquing, let's just gossip a little bit. It was funny. Everybody was like, is he farting? Because he kept swallowing the whole time, and you kept hearing this like noise, which is fucking gross because I was eating at the time. Yeah, and I made the joke in the comment live chat. I was like, yeah, that's why they have that desk there. He's actually sitting on a toilet with no pants on. One of the things I do have to say that cracked me up was he said, the only quote I remember is he said, yeah, we finally beat Big Pharma after all these years. Talking about something, I don't even remember, something dumb about taxes or something. And I'm like, you weren't fighting Big Pharma. Like, you were a vaccine salesman just like Donald Trump during the whole fucking pandemic, you know. Ugh, I hate that shit. That's gaslighting, you know. So let's talk a little bit of inside baseball, but it also ties in with what we are going to talk about today. So yeah, this episode will probably be kind of like a double feature. Inside baseball. Rumble has been, first of all, and if you're a content creator, this will be good for you, but it ties back into conspiracy. We already spoke of the devil earlier, mentioning the Gog and Magog, the Bush family. This actually, they're an older dynasty, but they're still at their shadiness, still doing the devil's work. So while I was watching NPC show, this is twice now that he has had trouble with Rumble on live streaming on Rumble, which it's not a big concern because I don't do live streaming on Rumble. But this is the second time he's had to cut a live stream short because of Rumble. I don't know if it's something on their end. I don't know. It's interesting. So if you're wanting to get into conspiracy live streams, Rumble may not be the way you want to do that. If you're a live streamer, I actually like to just pre-record everything for the most part. That way I can edit stuff if I truly have to. If I say something crazy about the Jews. I'm just kidding. how does this tie in? So, one thing I've been trying to do is during the update segment of my podcast, I've been trying to give shout outs to new subscribers. Not sure if this guy is a subscriber or not, but he was commenting in my comment section, which helps me in the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, he was being very helpful on two things, and I'll get to the other maybe later. His name is Fisher Cott, K-O-T. So shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you like conspiracy and politics and paranormal and ufology and cryptozoology, then you'll like this channel. You should just subscribe because you'll enjoy it. Also, thank you for the medical advice. Last episode, I talked about Donald Trump getting ripped off on some shares and shit, stocks. But there's this whole deal going on, and there's an old phrase, follow the money. Now, do I think at the highest levels, do the elites care about money? No. I think they care about children, loosh, ceremonial magic, sex, cannibalism. Because money, they can just print that. So when I hear people say that money is the root of all evil, no. I think lower down the pyramid, I think you care about money. But higher up, you start getting into some dark arts, man. And you realize that money is nothing. But my buddy at work had told me that the same people tied in with 9/11 are the same people who were making bets, basically, in layman's terms. The elites were making bets. And I said, well, who are these people? Silverstein? So I got one right. 4 of them. The guy in the comment section, Fisher Cott, gave me 4 names. Berg, Witz, Cohen, and Stein. Now, little side note, just saying in general, little warning or precursor, whatever. My wife is possibly Hebrew, so I don't really get into the whole Jew thing on this channel. But 3 out of 4 of those names I know for a fact are Jewish. Berg, Witz, and Silverstein. Cohen, I'm not sure. Is Cohen a Jewish name? Just a little, not saying. I just find it funny that, say hello, Lammy, that the Jews seem to be tied in with a lot of shit. Just saying. But anyways, they were all basically, in layman's terms, moving around 2 million shares, basically placing bets that Trump would die. So they all knew, allegedly, beforehand, that something was going to take place on July 13th. Even the elites love to gamble. I don't. It's a bad habit. I gamble once in a blue moon, and it's mostly for fun or small pocket change. And I usually only gamble when I know for a fact I'm going to win. I'm kind of Jewish that way. Ha! Look, I even have the little side curls. Let's see. Yeah, so they were moving 12 million shares. And the company name, by the way, I give a lot of credit to the quartering. He has been giving me so many scoops lately. Today I watched about 5 or 6 videos of his in a row, trying to just sit here and take notes. And I have 2 pages of notes. So if you want, you could say I'm stealing his shit. At least I'm giving him a shout out. But this is honestly how the conspiracy community works. We learn off of each other, and we give each other proper shout outs, or we're supposed to. So check out the quartering. Tell them who sent you. Austin Private Wealth. That's the big company that apparently has been moving these shares. Follow the money. Who is behind Austin Private Wealth? Well, let's see. Austin, Texas. The Bush family. The Bush family are either owners or tied in or have stockholdership, co-owners. They're tied in deep with Austin Private Wealth. That could probably be a whole entire episode. In general, we could do a deep dive on what is Austin Private Wealth. What do they do? Wealth, so they deal with wealth. Are they just money movers? Are they Are they an elite banking firm? Something? I don't know. We're going to have to look into that. It's money no matter what. Wealth. And I think at the top that they all know, watch my sports and circus episode, shameless plug. I get into this philosophical concept that I was introduced to years ago of it all goes back in the box. And it's one of my little catchphrases that I stole from someone. And I will figure out their name so I can give them proper credit, but it's one that I sound like a broken record. It all goes back in the box. Life is a game of Monopoly. And the box is symbolism for a coffin. You can't take all this with you when you're dead. Wise words. But I do believe that, I don't know about you, I like playing cards. And when I say cards, I mean the nerdy version. I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Lorcana. I'm a nerd. Closeted nerd. Except for I tell you all, but so I understand the bread and circus and the enjoyment of having fun and playing a game. I think that the elites still love the concept of Monopoly, playing the game Monopoly. But instead of a metal shoe on the board, and instead of the board being cardboard, the board is grass and concrete, and we're the pieces. We are the pieces. So, I still think that they get high off the feeling of money, earning money, giving money, looking at it stacked up. This could all go back to, honestly, like on a philosophical ancient astronaut perspective, this could go back to we are genetically attracted to gold and hoarding goblins in a way. Speak of the J word, small hat people. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. Goblins are symbolism for Jews. I married a goblin. Oh, well, I think she's beautiful, and she actually has a tiny nose, but she's a mutt like me. I'm a mutt. I'm Native American, Irish. So, something that I found interesting going back to inside baseball, but still conspiracy. They were betting against Trump, this company, Austin Private Wealth, aka Bush family. They were also betting against Rumble. Now, this one confuses me. And Rumble is my employer now. I made 11 cents, by the way, everyone. Woo! Celebrate with me. I made 11 cents. That's actually a lot better than I've made off of Anchor so quickly. Well, Anchor, I made $30 overall, so. And it took forever. I think like 2 years to get $30. What was I going to say? Oh, 11 cents off of Rumble, and I think I just started Rumble. I've been living with my mother-in-law 2 months now. So 2 months ago, it took me 2 months to get 11 cents. But all my episodes are not up yet. We're still uploading. Anyways, So go please subscribe to me on Rumble. And if you want, watch my shit on Rumble. It gives me a little bit of money. The elites were betting against Rumble before this assassination attempt. This one confuses me because what is it about Trump that they think that him being taken out, how would that have hurt Rumble? Because Rumble is basically what YouTube used to be, the Wild West. You can post anything you want on Rumble. If you want to be a cat video channel, you can do it. If you want to be a children's channel, you can do it. They accept all. But we all know at the end of the day that if you're on Rumble, you're looking for conspiracy. You're looking for what YouTube used to be. Zero censorship. Yeah, conspiracy. To me, if Trump would have been executed as they had planned, wouldn't Rumble blow up even more? Because I don't know about you, a little more inside baseball. And I'm not bitching. I'm counting my blessings. But I have been putting out a lot of videos covering this July 13th high impact event. I've been putting out a lot of content covering the shooter, deep diving on conspiracy, the fog of war of what's going on, still learning more every day, trying to inform you all. I haven't been getting barely any views on anything related to the Trump assassination attempt. I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube as far as that subject. Now, I've also been doing a Leave the World Behind, shameless plug, commentary / audiobook series. We're halfway through, by the way. That's been blowing up. So, it confuses me. That's why I have the conspiracy, the suspicion that anything related to that Trump assassination attempt on YouTube is getting shadow banned. So is everyone rushing over to Rumble now? Whether he was assassinated or not, because they can't find info on it on YouTube because it's all shadow banned? Or why were they betting against Rumble? I cannot wrap my head around it. And I'm pretty good with money. I'm pretty good with figuring shit out. Maybe you guys can help me in the comments. Please do, because I cannot understand. I would think Rumble would blow up if Trump was dead, because everyone would be wondering, why is he actually dead? What's the truth? Let me go to Rumble, figure it out, because I ain't gonna find it on YouTube. So I don't know. It's weird. It makes me almost wonder and suspect, does Trump secretly, is he like a co-owner of Rumble? Does he have a lot of stock in Rumble? Because it sounds like they were just betting against Trump in general and expecting him to be out. That's honestly all we're going to cover today. Let's see. Yeah. And I barely got into these 2 pages of notes. So today we're just going to consider it a short episode, a double feature. And we'll put this one out. And yeah, that's about it for today. We'll just do this one a double feature. And yeah, Bush family connection. They were all placing bets on Trump to be out. We covered Rumble, suspicions about it, my praise about it. It is now my employer, so I'm not going to talk shit about it, but these are concerns. And we covered Joe Biden is quote unquote allegedly alive. What do you guys think in the comments section? I love conspiracy. So is he alive? Was it a deep fake? Is it AI? Is it green screen? Is it a fake Oval Office tying into the Castle Rock that it's all being filmed on a set? QAnon shit's allowed in the comments. Everyone's allowed in my comment section. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? Body double, face mask, CIA, clone. I'll listen to it all just for shits and giggles. There are some things that I take more serious than others, but we'll end with this. Fisher Cott, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you're not. I do like to do a disclaimer, and it's honestly, it's a good way to wrap this up and end it, because I'm going to show you all some love. To anyone who wants to subscribe, please do. I am an occultist. I'm a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. I am a conspiracy theorist. I am a registered Republican, but I'm voting for RFK. I was raised Christian. I have a wife, like I said, who's possibly Hebrew. Everyone is welcome to this channel, and everyone is loved in this community. I don't know if I want to call you all family. I don't know what the right word is to use, because I don't want to get too comfortable with you, but I don't want to be not comfortable enough and I don't want you to feel cold shoulder. Everyone is welcome here. Sexual preference. You can be gay, straight, trans. Everyone's welcome here. As long as you're not messing with animals or children, that's all that matters. Every religion is welcome here. Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, witch, Satanist. Everyone's welcome here. Every political belief. If you're a libtard, cool. If you're a conservative idiot, cool. If you're a redneck, cool. If you're black, cool. If you're white, cool. If you're brown, cool. If you're Asian, cool. Everyone and everything is welcome here. The only thing that I ask is please be respectful in the comment sections, because the older I've gotten, when I start seeing nastiness in the comment section, I just shut it down. I just turn the comments off and I block people. But that's the only rules I got. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you all have a good day. Say bye, Lammy. That's it.